New family reunion had brought Emma's extended family together, filling the secluded, rustic park with laughter and the smells of barbecue, drifting through the warm evening air. This year felt particularly special, with everyone gathered under a canopy of stars away from the city lights. Emma had always enjoyed these reunions, a break from the busyness of daily life and a chance to reconnect with cousins she hadn't seen in months. Her cousin Lisa had always been one of her closest confidants. Growing up, they shared secrets, laughed about their family quirks, and swapped stories as if they were sisters. Yet tonight, Lisa seemed different. She had been quiet, lost in thought, her eyes darting around nervously as if she were waiting for something, or someone. When Emma finally found a moment to pull her aside, Lisa only smiled weakly and said she needed some air, excusing herself toward the winding, wooded trail that led deeper into the forested park. Minutes passed. Emma was about to rejoin the others when she noticed her stepfather, Paul, heading in the same direction Lisa had taken. She paused, a strange feeling stirring in her stomach. Paul had been a constant presence in her life since her mother remarried a few years ago. He was steady, reliable, and had always made Emma feel like family. But something about the way he slipped into the shadows of the trees after Lisa felt unusual. Curiosity and an unexplainable unease compelled Emma to follow them at a distance, keeping to the edges of the trail and moving quietly to avoid being seen. As she rounded a bend in the path, she saw them. Paul and Lisa stood together in the dim light filtering through the trees, their figures half hidden by the shadows. At first, it looked like they were simply talking. Paul's voice was low, his hand on Lisa's shoulder as if offering comfort. Emma almost turned away, embarrassed to have followed them, but then she noticed something that froze her in place. Paul's arm slipped around Lisa's waist, pulling her close until his chest was pressed against her back. Lisa didn't pull away. Instead, she seemed to lean into his embrace. A wave of shock rippled through Emma as she watched her stepfather lower his head, his face close to Lisa's neck. She saw his lips brush against her cousin's skin in an intimate, lingering gesture, a kiss that spoke of something far beyond a family bond. Emma's heart pounded, her mind racing with disbelief and anger. She couldn't reconcile the man she'd known as a father figure with the person she now saw crossing lines in the dark. This was her stepfather and her cousin. The betrayal felt raw, and Emma fought back a surge of nausea as she struggled to process what she was witnessing. Hidden behind a thick tree, Emma watched in stunned silence. She wanted to shout, to step forward and confront them, but a part of her felt paralyzed. She felt a mix of horror and heartbreak, knowing this moment would shatter their family if it ever came to light. This was supposed to be a night of celebration, a gathering of family and unity, but now she was the keeper of a terrible secret that could tear them all apart. As she slipped away, her footsteps silent against the forest floor, Emma's mind raced with questions. What would she do now? Should she confront Paul, protect Lisa, or keep this dark revelation hidden, preserving the family's peace, but at the cost of her own conscience? In the days that followed, Emma knew that the truth would haunt her until she made a choice between family loyalty and the moral obligation to expose a betrayal she could never unsee. This storyline captures the emotional weight of Emma's discovery and the complexity of her choices without delving into explicit content. The focus on family tension, betrayal, and the suspense of a hidden truth can draw viewers in while leaving space for further development on the psychological toll on Emma and her eventual decision